Hey everyone, in today's DMZ guide, I'll show you how I like to gear up quickly as a solo player in Season 2. Getting back into the fight quickly after dying is so important in DMZ, and thankfully in Season 2, this is easier than ever. For starters, Season 2 has reduced the cooldown timer on all insured gun slots by 50% from last season. So what was once a 2-hour cooldown on your first weapon slot is now a 1-hour cooldown, and so on for your other 2 slots. Not only is getting your gun back twice as fast, but the introduction of Ashika Island has shown to be the quickest and safest way to get a 3 vest, as well as gather any cash for a quick dead drop. In this video, I'll show you my favorite method of grabbing that 3 vest and dumping my cash in the dead drop and getting out as quick as possible, and sometimes as little as 5 minutes. So let's dive into the run right away. So as you can see, I am going down into the waterways. The waterways is underneath the main area of the map. There are 3 main ways into this area via the water, or there's a bunch of different zip lines that take you down underneath here. And the reason why I like coming down here is it's way less contested than up above. I can't tell you, I come down here every single time after I die solo to re-kit, and the number of times I've seen people is dramatically low. And that's what really makes this the safest way to do the solo. You're kind of away from the UAVs that are all above, and even if someone catches you on a UAV up above, they're maybe not going to come all the way down here just to get you. So coming down here to me is the safest play. Obviously, I do love having the SZ Holotherm on my scope. Ashika Island is foggy and dark, and it's going to make killing the AI as we work towards the secret area that has all the orange crates. It's going to make killing the AI a lot easier. Basically, we're going to be working our way towards this secret area, which is where the submarine is, and we're going to be hitting these green weapon lockers that you're seeing on the side. There's 2 coming from this entrance, and there's going to be a few more. We've got a couple inside the secret area that we're going to get into, and then there's one more on the outer skirts closer to the port side of the waterway entrance. Now, as we work our way towards the center of this, we are getting up to the entrance on the right-hand side here that you see the waterway there. That is basically in between town center and the beach club. This is my least favorite way to come in. The way that we just came in is my favorite. The port side is my second favorite. It's a lot easier, and you're not getting shot in the back by AI in doing so. When you come in through this particular entrance, you can get shot in the back by AI if you don't clear perfectly, and it can be somewhat annoying, but it's really not that hard. Now, I do want to say, as we walk up here, there are 2 juggernauts. So we do have a juggernaut that spawns on the left-hand side, right by the submarine that you see there, and then we'll have another jug on the right-hand side. Now, if you're uncomfortable killing the jug, I'm going to give you a really simple tip here. First of all, the juggernaut was massively nerfed for Season 2. He no longer is aggroing you as quickly and shooting at you as quickly as he was previously. Also, when he gets staggered, he is staggered for a longer period of time than in Season 1. So right now, killing the juggernaut in Season 2 is as easy as it's ever been. And once we see him there, we're just going to tag him a little bit just to get him to walk towards us. And the number 1 tip that I say when dealing with the juggernaut is always peek him from left to right, meaning that your cover is on the left-hand side and you are peeking to your right. I find that if I peek right to left, the opposite, he has an ability to see me before I can see him. So I'm always encouraging you to take the fight with cover on your left-hand side. And in doing so, you're just going to beam him in the head. He's going to walk up, you have cover on your left, and you're just ADS'd with your reticle right on his head, and just beam him with 100% headshots, and he will go down in less than a single clip. Now that we've gotten here, we're right by the submarine. We're going to take this zip line up. This is a free crate that's here every time. This could be an orange crate, could not be an orange crate. Obviously not in this case. We're going to head back downstairs, and we're going to go do the secret area. Now, this secret area is guarded by 2 grenades that we can defuse, so be careful. They do have tripwires down there. We're going to hop down in here, and we're going to go inside the secret area. So make sure there's all those AI are dead. We're going to go down here, and there's a defuse right here. We're going to quickly defuse this, and we're going to swim over to the next one. Now, you don't have to defuse the next one. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You can just swim underneath it. And in fact, ever since one of the updates recently, there was like an invisible wall that was added there. So it's harder to get underneath that. So just make sure that you're as low to the ground as possible if you're hitting that invisible wall to get through here quickly. As you notice, we jumped across. There was a crate in the water there. That is part of a mission, and that is a reason that someone might be coming here, but it's a pretty far down the road mission. So again, I've never encountered anyone here before. And as you can see, we had 3 crates and 3 weapon lockers, and we've got our 3 vests, and we're on our way out. Now I can, depending on the evac, go back the way I came and just run it out right to the evac, or I can show you the rest, which is what I'm going to do here. We've got some lockers on the left there that I bypassed. Here's the dead drop. So whatever excess money you have, we got 14,000, just toss it in there. The dead drop is obviously decreasing your insured weapon slot faster. So make sure that you're popping all that in there. And there's, right where I'm scoping, right there, is where the second Juggernaut spawn is. Now sometimes he will make his way towards you, and sometimes he will go outside. He was not there at that moment, so he must have gone outside. Maybe he heard something above and rotated around. But just know that he's there. And obviously, if you're coming from the other side, this is the port side, you'll be having to deal with that Juggernaut as well. There's also that weapons locker right there, which is the last weapons locker in the waterways area. And in my opinion, those are very, very important to hit, because to me, it's like a 25% drop rate on getting a 3 vest, which is the #1 reason why you're here. You know, considering that the cooldown on the weapons is much, much lower, that's way less of a priority. The #1 thing is getting your 3 vest and getting out. So that's my run right there. It's that simple. Now, what happens if you don't get a spawn that's anywhere near this, and you're kind of in a different spot and you feel like you can't get here safely, and safety is your #1 priority? Well, you can kill some HVTs, you can grab some keys, you can open duffels and find keys that way as well. And there are some great keys on Ashika Island. Obviously, there's a lot of stronghold keys for starters, and there are strongholds everywhere on this map, and they have a lot of orange crates. And in fact, in some areas, you're going to find a lot of free orange crates, like at the apartments or near Research Center. You're going to see free orange crates that do not require a stronghold key at all. But even still, the stronghold key is so common off of standard AI that it's such a viable method of kitting up as well. It's just a little bit more dangerous because you're up on the surface area and not down in those waterways. You're just avoiding players with so much regularity when you're down in the waterways. But it's still another great method. And the keys, there are an incredible amount of great keys. My favorite key is the Lost Manager's Office key. That is an area inside of port where we are now. And when you open up the Lost Manager's Office key, there is a guaranteed main harbor office key, which is literally right across the hall. And so when you find the Lost Manager's Office key, you are getting a guaranteed main harbor key, which is also a very good key. So when you combine them together and their close proximity, that's my favorite key on the map for sure. The HMS Shipwreck key has a guaranteed skull in it and a guaranteed drifting supply bag key, which makes you go to kind of like an area in the northern part of the map. And I'll have a link to this map in the description so you guys can see where all the keys are. But that particular bag, the drifting supply bag key, is a guaranteed 75,000. So combine that with a guaranteed skull, it's 87,000. You can go buy your 3 vests that way as well. Also, keys to note: the 403 key, the research key, City Hall. These are good keys with good stuff behind their walls as well. So these are my favorite methods for re-kitting as quickly as possible as a solo player. #1, in my opinion, is the waterways. And if I somehow can't get there safely, I'm looking for keys, and I'm doing all the keys that I can and getting out there as fast as possible. Thank you again so much for watching. As always, you guys are amazing. I hope this video helped you out. If it did and you're looking for more DMZ content, then make sure to drop a sub, and I'll catch you in the next one.